These men were sent here to abduct you, all right?
He was abducted, raped, and murdered.
Call him.
7 months.
Call him, and be sure to mention that you've got 2 abducted children in the next...
And this is your way? Abducting women and children, killing unarmed
From his home near El Dorado, Texas, last night.
Personality driven to abduct a child, we're used to.
It's been rumored that your son was abducted by UFOs. Would you care to comment?
Very likely his abductor thought it appropriate.
I believe that somebody abducted her in her home, taped her mouth.
A woman and her baby abducted.
Suggests she was abducted directly from the theater.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? These men were sent here to abduct you, all right? If you want my help, you have to remain...
My daughter, Angela, was abducted, raped, and murdered 7 months ago along the same stretch of road here.
Right now, I'm calling the police.
Call him. Call him, and be sure to mention that you've got 2 abducted children in the next room. How? 2 children who don't appear in any...
Foreign pestilence.
And this is your way? Abducting women and children, killing unarmed servants?
I prefer to fight the European...
For an 8-year-old boy. He was abducted from his home near El Dorado, Texas, last night. We don't have a photo of him yet, but this...
Abduction?
Hey, they might have been watching all along.
The personality driven to abduct a child, we're used to.
Yeah, watch your butts.
Sir, it's been rumored that your son was abducted by UFOs. Would you care to comment?
Don't print that, son.
Very likely his abductor thought it appropriate. After all, circumcision is hygienically...
Scenario? Yes, I do. I believe that somebody abducted her in her home, taped her mouth, bound her wrists, burned her alive.
Tell me what facts he gives.
A woman and her baby abducted.
Fact.
The
victim was still in her costume, which suggests she was abducted directly from the theater.
You were right, as usual. Miss Morland is not to blame. She was abducted by force.
No, not exactly, but truly
Overseas. That was abducted, put in a van, then fly over to some places.
These girls were abducted and sold.
Tony, I'm trying to get in touch with the RQ, yeah? Rachel Corbett, she was abducted last night from the Great Eastern Hospital. She's 15 years old.
Maybe you can explain me. Why was I abducted from the roulette table and subjected to this, whatever it is?
Right when my career was taking off.
He could be raping that woman he abducted.
And he's got my fingerprints, my exact print.
Sponsored sting operation, was abducted and murdered shortly after arriving at Union Station. The suspects are described as white.
Married couple in Loveland, Colorado. Their infant girl is believed to have been abducted by this religious sect. A nationwide Amber Alert is now.
Report from the taxi commission. An NYU student was abducted late last night. His girlfriend saw him struggling to get...
Yeah. So the first question is, you were abducted by aliens 39 years ago?
Sure whether he arrested or abducted the young lady who accompanied me. Rescued.
This is an evil man. This is a man who abducted teenage kids and raped.
To the Potsdam pearls, madame, which belong to Madame Doyle and which have been abducted.
Abducted?
There's no way that someone with the IQ of a 10-year-old could abduct 2 girls in broad daylight and then somehow make them disappear.
Techno-pop. So he's pretending to be the abductor.
Well, yeah.
Look, Jeffrey, you don't really kid...
Killed, flat out. If we don't catch the abductor by day 1, only about 10% are ever solved.
And see, this is what I came up with. They're probably abducting black people, brainwashing them, and making them slaves, or sex slaves, not just regular slaves.
They abducted us and brought us here. This city, everyone in it.
Lesbian Nazi hookers abducted by UFOs and forced into weight loss programs.
Once the horse reaches the castle, the fabric will make the prince suspect the Guildarians have abducted his love. When he finds their body dead on the Guild...